Once you have settled into your position, close down your eyes. And immediately notice everything that is happening within your inner space. We're not trying to name or judge anything we're feeling. Instead, notice how you are, be honest with yourself. And allow yourself a few moments of relaxation here before we begin to move. Remembering that in the opening moments of the class, we're finding a comfortable position, fully supported, either lying down or sitting up. And it's really not about the shape that we make right now. Instead, keep the focus on feeling relaxed and supported. Adjusting as necessary, responding to those signals from your body. We will continue to do this throughout the yoga class. I will give you lots of guidance and lots of options as we move. But it's even more important that you listen to your inner teacher. If anything doesn't feel right to you, if you do experience any kind of pain or major discomfort, please back off. And we will find a different path. This class is not about achieving perfect by-the-book postures. Instead, we're going to tune into ourselves and find our own personal best. Let's begin in the opening moments of the class just by listening to the body, adjusting. Allow yourself to fidget. If you find you have become uncomfortable, adjust, listen to your body, and respond. So let's bring our breath into the practice. We're trying to breathe in and out through the nose. If possible, it can as well feel a little uncomfortable at first if we're not used to breathing in and out through the nose. See if you can practice this throughout the class. Even if you just take a few breaths here and there in this way. Again, please don't get caught up on missing certain aspects. This class is about connecting to ourselves and finding our own personal strengths. So focusing on the breath, inhale, slow down your breath and fill up your torso. Exhale, relax, and try to let your exhale be the equal length of your inhale, nice and slow. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, imagine your breath is filling up the bowl of your pelvis, filling up your torso, lifting your chest all the way up to your collarbones. And exhale, relax. Allow the breath to leave and empty. One more time, a full connected breath. Inhaling, completely filling your torso. And exhale, soften as you let go of the breath. sink into the support of your seat. And then take a few regular breaths, already noticing any subtle changes in your energy. If we are lying down, we can begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, bring in some little movements, and then slowly begin to grow this. You can stretch. If you're in a seat, you can reach the arms up, maybe stretch your legs out in front. Start to awaken the body slowly. We want to keep a slow, regular breath throughout the class. I will remind you, it's easy to forget. And as we move, see if you can breathe into the space that you make. So stretch up, reach the legs down, take a big breath in and fill that space. So if we're lying on our back, we're going to come up to a seat, slowly draw the legs in, hold on to your shins and take a little rock side to side to first awaken the back. And then you can either roll over to one side and walk yourself up, or hold on to your legs and take a few rocks and rolls. You can massage your spine in this way. And if you're in a seat and have the space behind you, feel free to join in. Once we have come all the way up to the seat, let's move the legs out of the way. We're going to meet in a tabletop or hands and knees position. So the hands are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. Feel free to have a look around and see how your body is positioned. It's important here that we do keep buoyancy in the joints, so soften your elbows. We don't want to lock them out. As you breathe in, slowly lift the crown of your head, lift your bum, and fill the space in the front of your body with that breath. As we exhale, let's make a cat stretch. Round your spine. Draw the chin towards the chest, the tail towards the floor, and see if you can draw your belly up towards your spine. Now let's move through the breath. Inhale, lift the head, lift the bum. Heart moves forward, belly moves down. And exhale again. Press into the floor with your fingers. And then round your spine. Use the exhale to really draw the front body in towards the back. Now for the next few breaths, follow your own pace. Each inhale, lift the head, lift the butt, relax your belly. Each exhale, round the spine, push the floor away. And we're just moving to our own personal depth. So keep moving, keep breathing. And keep listening to your body so that you can find your edge. We don't really need to push ourselves to extreme limits in order to progress. It's good to challenge ourselves, but we want to be able to keep control. That's why we find the edge, a place that we can challenge ourselves, but still breathe and still move with control. And then our body will get really comfortable there. And our mind will initiate processes for growth. So remember, in this class, if you do want to take a break, modify your posture, or respond to your body in any other way, like grabbing a drink, please do. So for our next couple of breaths, let's add on. As you breathe in, we lift the head, lift the bum, expand through the front body. As we breathe out, keep this shape, but draw your hips backwards. So you're like an animal getting ready to pounce. Hips are moving back, but you're still looking forward. Keep the elbows soft. As you breathe in, maintain the neutral spine and rock yourself forward. You can press through the tops of the feet or tuck your toes, whichever option feels better. Now again, inhale, draw the hips back. You can carry on with the cat and cow stretches if you like. If you're adding in this rocking, pouncing shape, just be aware of your knees. We can always bring a blanket under the knees or roll the yoga mat just in the center to give some padding. Now from here, next breath out, move forward. You're still moving with your breath. Come back to your neutral tabletop. So I'll give you the option here to come back to the neutral table and then move to downward facing dog. Or we can stay in the table as the next transition is quite similar. So the hands are under the shoulders, the elbows are a little bit bent. We look down between the hands to create a fully neutral spine. And we want to keep that neutral spine if we're lifting up. So tuck the toes, inhale. And as you exhale, push the floor away, maybe lift the knees. Start to draw the hips back. And allow your vision to move away from the hands and maybe back towards the feet. It is more important here that we keep a neutral spine. So don't worry about straightening your legs or pushing the shoulders all the way back. Give yourself some time to adjust, keep breathing. And if you do come up and feel compressed, feel free to walk the feet and hands away from each other, or the feet further apart if you feel anything in your low back. So keep breathing. I will give you cues for breath, but if I'm not talking about it, keep breathing. And for one more breath in, feel the power of your pose. Press the hands and feet into the earth. Now as we exhale, we're going to look forward and travel to the top of the mat. Please do this in your own way. You can take little steps, you can hop, you might want to walk the hands back towards the feet. Especially in these opening moments of our practice, move slowly and really tune into yourself. When we get to the top of the mat, place the feet hips width, lift the torso up halfway, and place your hands onto your thighs or hips. Bend the knees, and as you breathe in, next round of breath, press the hands into the thighs to lengthen your spine. Nice. As we breathe out, keep the shape, but bend your knees so that your bum drops and your head lifts. Feel your thighs switch on, and then inhale, lift your arms up. You can keep them down if you like, or use the arms to frame your ears. Next, exhale, bring the hands together. Straighten your legs and draw the hands down towards your heart. We arrive now into mountain pose. Soften your feet. Soften the knees. Allow the hips to drop with gravity towards the earth. Now separate your hands, relax the arms down by your sides. And allow your head and neck to feel spacious, gently lifting away from your shoulders. Reconnect to your breath in mountain pose. And then, with your next inhale, reach the arms up slowly. Full body stretch. As you exhale, draw the hands down towards your heart. Drop the weight into your right foot and lift your left heel up. If you like, you can move into the balance straight away by picking up the left foot. Next breath in, take a slow step back. If the arms need to come out for balance, please do that. Step back as slowly as you can. Move the feet apart and bend both knees into a high lunge position. Now from here, start to straighten through the legs and parallel your feet by turning all of your toes to the long side of the mat. Good. Next breath in, you can point the toes out a little and reach your arms up to create 5-pointed star pose. As we exhale, just for the exhale, bend the knees in the same direction as your toes and drop as far down as you want to into goddess pose. You can bend the elbows as well. Feel that strength in your body. Next, inhale, straighten through the legs, reach the arms up. Good. Keep the control so that you can keep the bend in your knees. Now keep breathing. Turn your toes towards the back of your mat so that the right toes are pointing to the long side, left toes to the short side. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Again, see if you can soften your knees a little bit. And then reach your left fingertips forward towards the left toes. When we've gone as far forward as we can, lower your left hand down for support. As you inhale, lift your right arm up and move into triangle pose. So we have lots of options here. Make sure you keep breathing. You can come higher up the leg or further down towards the floor. You can bring more space between your feet or less. And your right arm can be reaching up, or you can keep it down for support. Look for space in the sides of your body and take one big breath in. Now, as we exhale, we're going to turn towards this left foot. Shuffle your feet so that all of the toes point towards the top. And then bring your hands down, either onto your front leg, or you can bring them down to frame the front foot itself. We're going to stay for a breath. Inhaling, pressing through the feet, lengthening through the spine. And as we exhale now, with whichever option you have your hands in, keep them there. We're going to bend into both legs for a runner's lunge. So if your hands are on the front thigh, you can lean forward and maybe rest your torso there too. Or hands are down, framing the front foot. Good. Keep breathing. I'll give you the option here to keep the right hand down. And with your next inhale, twist open, lift your left arm up towards the sky. We can modify here by lowering the back knee. Reaching your arms in opposite directions. Feel the strength in your legs. With your next breath out, bring the left hand back down. This time, if you haven't already, lower your back knee. And as you breathe in, lift the hands up. Rise into a low crescent. As we exhale, bring the hands down. Again, you can frame your front foot or bring the hands onto the thigh as you lift the back knee up. Let's drop the right heel. So we're now in a kind of warrior two in the legs. Left toes point up, right toes out to the side, still bending into your left knee. This time, keep the left hand down either on the thigh or on the floor, and inhale to reach your right arm up. Good. Stay for another round of breath and connect. Feel those positive, challenging sensations and dig into them. Allow them to be received by your body. So as we breathe out, right hand comes down. We're going to travel to the center of the mat by turning the feet in to face each other. You can keep the hands on this left thigh as we do so, or you can crawl your hands in front of you. In this wide-legged forward fold, you can stay lifted halfway. You can bend the knees and bring the hands up to the thighs, of course. Or you can allow yourself to move a little bit further towards the earth. One breath in, maybe lift up halfway. One breath out, fold or just soften. As you inhale now, let's move towards the right foot. We're going to turn the right toes out. This flow is a lot about the positioning of our feet. And walk the hands up to the right foot. Use the support of your thighs if you need to. So from here, the right hand is going to stay down. Lift your left arm up. Open out towards the left side. Take a big breath in and feel the space between your hands, through your chest. As we exhale now, turn to face the right foot. Lift your back heel. And then as you breathe in, lower that back knee. And lift your hands up, wave into your low crescent lunge. Good. As we exhale, once again, bring the hands down. Maybe on the thigh, maybe on the floor, and lift that back knee. From here, left hand stays down. With your next inhale, twist to the right. Lift the right arm up. Stay for the breath out. One more inhale. Feel strength in your limbs as you reach them in opposite directions. And now, as we exhale, bring the right hand down and start to straighten through this front leg. You can step the back foot in and drop the left heel if you like. We don't want to straighten this right leg all the way. Remember, keep a little bend in the knee. From here, find your support either on the thigh or on the floor. Remember, we want to find a place where we can challenge ourselves, but it's still manageable. We can still breathe. And we can still control our shape. So from here, next breath in, turn your left toes out just a little bit and lift your left arm up. Maybe you want to readjust the positioning of your right hand to give you support in triangle. We're going to stay here for one round of breath. And then as we exhale, bend into this right knee for support. Really listen to your spine as you rise up. We're moving back to 5-pointed star, so parallel the feet. Turn the toes out. And then inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, just for the exhale, bend the knees, drop the hips down. Then inhale, back to 5-pointed star, reach. Feel soft and spacious. Now as we exhale, turn all of your toes to the back of the mat. Bend both knees into a lunge, and you can bring both hands towards your heart if you wish. Next breath in, lean forward, step forward in your own way into mountain pose. Relax your arms down by your sides. So we're now facing the back of the mat. We have moved halfway through a moon flow, orbiting the mat, traveling backwards and forwards. And we are going to move through this again. We will hold the poses for less time, but we still will aim to move nice and slowly so that the body and mind can fully receive every moment. Moving slow can also provide more challenge because we have to activate our muscles for longer, we have to focus more intensely. So remember, find your own personal length of slowness here. Take a breath in, fill up, and sigh out of your mouth, letting go. Next breath in, reach the arms up, full body stretch. As you breathe out, option to bend the knees, stick your bum back, and dive down into a forward fold. Remember, this is not about how far we get. but about exploring and finding our edge. Can we recognize it? As you breathe in, hands to thighs, lift up halfway. Stick your butt back and your head forward. As you exhale, bend the knees generously. Drop your bum down and lift your head up so your hands are still on the thighs. Next breath in, release your hands if you wish, reaching them up. And then exhale, hands together, straighten the legs. Draw the hands down to your heart. Here you have the option to lift the right heel up, or you can pick the right foot up completely, hovering. And with your next exhale, take a slow step back towards high lunge. Both knees are bent. Good. Feel the earth. As you inhale, straighten through the legs. Turn the feet to parallel each other. And as you exhale, turn those toes out. Next breath in, release the hands. Reach them up into 5-pointed star. And exhale, bend the knees in the same direction of the toes, maybe bend your elbows, and sink slowly into goddess pose. Inhale, press through the feet. Use this energy to charge the rest of your body into 5-pointed star. And then exhale, turn the left toes in, right toes towards the old top of the mat. And lean forward into triangle pose. Again, you can bring the left hand to left hip, bring the right arm down, and then when you feel comfortable, take a breath in to reach your left arm up. Good. Next, exhale, use your feet. Turn your chest towards the right foot and bring both hands together, either on the leg or to frame the front foot. As you inhale, either strengthen by pressing through the feet or lift up your torso or both. And exhale, take a sweet little fold over the front leg. Next, inhale, bend into the right knee, lift your left heel, and lift your right arm up, twisting open to the right side. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Drop the left knee. And inhale slowly like you're swimming through honey. Sweep your arms up. Press the earth away. As we exhale, bring the hands back down to frame the front foot. Lift your back knee. And drop your left heel, so you're going back into those kind of triangle or warrior 2 feet. Inhale, lift your left arm up, side angle pose. And as we exhale, bring the hands down, start to stick your bum back and walk yourself between the feet. Parallel your feet here, you can even turn them in just a little bit. Nice, so as we inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold, soften. Inhale again, halfway lift. Keep the knees a little bit bent. And exhale, walk yourself over to the left foot. Let your feet follow. Left toes point up, left hand stays down. Next inhale, bend the left knee and reach your right arm up. Next exhale, both hands down. Lift your right heel. And as we inhale, drop the right knee. Lift your arms up into a low crescent. Exhale, hands come down, thigh or floor. Come back to runner's lunge, lift the right knee. Now inhale, lift your left arm up. Don't rush into the pose. And then exhale, bring the left arm down and start to straighten through your left leg. Remember, you can readjust your feet We can drop the right heel as we move the hips back just as far as feels good. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway or press the feet into the floor or both. And then exhale, option to take a little wave, soften. As you inhale now, keep the left hand down. Turn the right toes out a little bit more and reach your right arm up for triangle pose. Lovely. Making your personal adjustments, stay awake, keep listening. With your next exhale, look down at the left foot, bend into the left knee, and rise up slowly, either climbing or floating, or a bit of both. Move back to 5-pointed star, turning the toes out, reaching the arms wide. Next exhale, bend the knees, drop down, goddess pose. Inhale, bring the energy up your legs into 5-pointed star, reaching the fingers. And exhale, bring the hands together. Turn all of your toes to the top of the mat, the original top, and move into a lunge. Now rock forward, keep breathing, and step to the top of the mat in your own way. Release your arms down. Find a neutral mountain pose. Notice all of the movement within your body. Even as you stand still here, you can feel energy, circulation, things that can't be named. Allow all of them to be present so that your body and mind can fully absorb and process each moment, and so that we can adapt and grow in a true and strong way. Just allowing the breath a few more rounds to fully absorb what we're feeling. So we'll move through one more quite short flow in comparison before we come down. As always, move with your body, listen to it, and make any adaptations that you need. As we breathe in, reach your arms up. As we breathe out, hands together, bring your hands down into your heart. Inhale, reach your arms wide, so we're like a cross or a T. And then as you exhale, bring the arms towards each other and then wrap the right arm underneath the left. You can hug yourself here, hands onto shoulders, or you can twizzle the arms around each other just as many times as they go. We're going to aim to lift the elbows up as we breathe in. As we breathe out, weight into right foot, pick your left toes up. Inhale, maybe pick the whole foot up off the ground. Balance is a funny thing, so allow yourself space with this one. And then, with your next breath out, step back in your own way towards a lunge. If you want to unwrap the arms, step back and then wrap them again. That is completely up to you. Now let's drop the left heel, keep the right knee bent. Side angle pose legs. Inhale, lift the fingers up towards the sky, lift the elbows, and maybe add in a tiny little back bend. Your legs are strong. Exhale, stick your butt back and dive forward. So the right thigh is there for support, should we choose to use it. You can hover to the inside of the right thigh, pointing the fingertips off diagonally to the top of the mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Now as we inhale, unwrap the arms and rise up. Again, use that support if you want to. We're going to bring the left hand to the left leg. And reach the right arm up into reverse warrior. Now, as we exhale, look forward. Lift your back heel and bring both hands down to frame your front foot. As we breathe in, you can step back to down dog or to tabletop pose, completely up to you. You can even lift this right leg up into a 3-leg version to air it out. As we exhale, look forward again. Step this right foot forward, either in lots of little steps, we pick it up and place it, or in one big step to the top of the mat. This time, bring both hands to the inside of the right foot and drop your left knee. Untuck your left toes. So look after your left knee here. Remember, you can roll your mat in the middle. You can bring in a blanket or a pillow, or shift and adjust until it feels comfortable. Hands can remain on the floor. You can bring them onto the right thigh. And as we inhale, lift your hips away from the floor. Press through the foot. And then exhale, gently and slowly. Begin to descend your hips towards the floor. You don't want to drop them suddenly. You can continue to open through your hips with the hands on the thigh. You can bring one or both hands down to the floor on the inside of the right foot for lizard pose. Keep the elbows soft and keep breathing. If we hold the breath, this tells the body and mind that we are in a stressful situation. And it will start to try to protect us rather than learn and absorb what we're doing. That's why we keep relaxed, we find our edge, and we stay in a calm place of learning and growth. That being said, when you find that sensation in your hips, try not to add more tension to it. The sensation of stretching isn't a muscle being stretched to its limit. It's like a warning sign. Our body hasn't really been here before or many times, and it's trying to keep us safe. And the way to move into this is to listen to that signal and stay there, stay on the edge of your tension until your body and mind realizes that this is a safe place to be. Over time and with practice, we will strengthen our position here and our edge will move further away. Let's stay for one more big breath in. As you exhale, I'll give you the option for a counter. Frame the front foot with your hands and rock the hips backwards. Point the toes up. Again, the hands can come up onto the thigh or furniture or your hips, which also adds in a balancing element. We'll just stay here in half splits pose for a breath or two. Keep a bend in the front leg, even if you can straighten it. And try to keep your legs active. Nice. Next, inhale, plant the right foot, rock yourself forward, and tuck the left toes. Fingers come to the top of the mat. Lift that left knee. Now you can travel back to a forward fold however you want to. I'll give you the option to press down through the right foot and float your left toes up for a moment. If you do want to bring a support and do your hands with some extra height, that is always an option with standing splits. The foot doesn't have to go any higher than the hip, but it can, of course, be lower. Next, exhale, float your left foot down to meet the right. And you can take a fold if that feels good. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway, hands on the thighs. Draw the shoulders back. As you exhale, drop your bum down and lift your head up. Now slowly inhale, reach the hands up. Frame your ears. And then exhale, connect the palms and straighten your legs. Hands come down to the heart. Stand in mountain pose. and resync with your breath. So this is the last part of our flow. Let's follow our breath as we inhale, reach the arms wide. Imagine you're watching yourself back in slow motion, how you would move. As we exhale, bring the arms towards each other and wrap the left arm underneath the right. Hug yourself or twist and twizzle. As we breathe in, lift the elbows up, lift the right heel and soften the left knee. Keep breathing, option to pick the right foot up. Keep the left foot down. Option to pick the right foot up for a balance. And then step slowly back towards a lunge. As slow as you can. So I'm going to bend both knees to start with. And then you can drop the right heel down. I should have said before, if dropping the right heel down does make your knee feel a bit weird, lift it up, make a lunge instead. As you inhale, press through the feet and maybe add in a little back bend by lifting the elbows up and away from the front knee. Now exhale, option to dive forward. Maintain the control as you lower and keep breathing. You can always use your arms for support and then re-wrap them. Pressing down through the feet, taking a big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Next, inhale, unravel your arms. You can windmill them as you rise up if you like, reaching the right arm up. Keeping a bend in your front knee, bring the right hand to the right leg, and then inhale to lift your left arm up towards the sky. From your reversed warrior position, again, windmill the arms, the left arm comes down first, and then bring both hands down to frame the front foot. Reposition your feet, lift the back heel, and with your next exhale, step back either to tabletop or to downward dog, or lift your left leg up in either version to air it out. Take a breath in. As you exhale, look forward. Bend the left knee into your chest and see if you can carry the leg through or step it up. We'll bring it to the outside of the hands and drop your right knee down. So take just as much time and care setting up this pose as you did on the other side. Look after your knees, there's a lot going on in there. So provide any padding or support. And to begin with, even if we can get the hands to the floor, bring the hands to your thigh, back off with your hips. And then as you exhale, begin a slow descent. Moving the hips down until you find your edge. So you can stay up here. You have the option to bring the hands down to the inside of your left foot, or you can even come down onto forearms if you have the space. Another nice way to practice coming onto forearms is to bring something under you, giving you more height, but also taking the pressure off your wrists. Whichever option you're choosing, keep focused on finding the edge of your challenge, that place where your body begins to tell you or warn you with tension. But let's try not to add even more tension to this. Quite often when we feel the sensation, we start to clench even more around it as we try to protect ourselves. As long as we don't move past that edge, see if you can relax around the sensation. You can use your breath and imagine that each inhale touches that sensation and rinses any tension away. Letting go with every exhale. We spend longer in these postures to allow our bodies and minds more time to adapt. Just like moving slowly in the sequences, giving the body and mind more time to absorb and process means that we have less feelings of overwhelmedness and disconnection. If we never take the time to slow down and mindfully experience what is happening, quite often this overload of information can make us feel that way. So right now, allow your experience to just be the shape that you're making, the feelings, and your breath. You don't have to label anything or study it. Just remaining mindful and open will allow your body and mind to absorb everything that it needs. So I'll give you the option for a counter stretch. You can rock the hips backwards, point the left toes up, and either come onto the thigh or frame this front foot with your hands. This is half splits pose. We don't want to work all the way in just yet. Instead, keep the legs active, so you're pressing down through the left heel, you're drawing the toes towards your face. Your face remains soft. Let's stay for a few breaths, again allowing a little bit of time for the body and mind to fully absorb what is happening. With your next inhale, let's plant this front foot, walk your hands forward. Again, you can come up onto the thigh and tuck your back toes. Lift the right knee. Now either travel to standing forward fold in your own way, or press down through your left heel, charge the right heel up, square your hips as much as you can to the floor, and then exhale with control, lower the right foot down to meet the left. You can fold over the legs here if that feels good. And then with our next inhale, lift up halfway. This time hands can stay on the floor if you like, or lower onto the legs. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees super generously. Release the arms, bring the belly to the thighs, and then lower onto our bum, again in our own way. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of different ways to do this. You can walk back onto your bum, you can step back, you can roll back with control. We're going to sit at the top of the mat. Make sure you've got some space behind you. Plant those feet down. And as you inhale, slowly lift the arms up. As we exhale, tuck your tail and begin a slow roll down. So you can keep breathing. Keep drawing in through your belly. If for any reason we want to skip this, hold onto the legs and softly roll onto your back. Otherwise, lower with as much control as you can. Connecting all the activity of our upper and lower bodies. When your shoulders land on the floor, relax your arms into any comfortable position. And then plant the feet below your hips. Cool. So we have a couple more postures before the final relaxation. But it's all pretty chill from here. Make sure the back of your body is comfortable. If you do need a pillow or a blanket, Please support yourself and listen to your body. Make sure the shoulders and hips are placed spaciously. The back of your neck has space. And you're planting the feet down below the hips. Now reach down with your fingers. If you can touch the heels, slide them away. We're going to move into a bridge and we want to activate our glutes and the backs of our legs rather than the fronts. So if you slide the feet away a little bit, you will be able to achieve this. Rest the arms down by your sides and then connect the forearms into the earth. As you breathe in, maintain your shape. Fill it with energy, and as you breathe out, press into your heels and allow your hips to hover off the ground. Again, you are more than welcome to bring a pillow or a support underneath your back to lift your hips. You can charge into your heels. Keep pressing down through your arms and shoulders. In bridge pose, we do want to avoid putting pressure on the head and neck. So try to lift through your hips by pressing down through your heels. Keep breathing. I'll give you another option here. Please feel free to lower down and come back up if you want a little rest. You can lace the hands up below your bum and then walk your upper arms towards each other. And then you may or may not have your torso resting on top of your upper arms. Feel the opening in the front of your body. And as you breathe in, gently press into your feet, hover the hips up, and draw the knees towards each other, but not so they're touching. Keep a little gap. You are welcome to stay for another round of breath or two. Focus on feelings of openness in the chest and activation in the rest of your body. Now, if you have laced your hands, move them out of the way. Relax your shoulders onto the earth. And then see if you can lower one vertebrae at a time, from shoulders all the way down to hips. Now, as soon as your hips land, I'll give you the option for an inversion to air out the legs. So you can stay as you are, bringing the feet wide and the knees together. This is an inversion because the legs are above the heart. If you want to, you can lift the legs straight up, toes point towards the sky. Again, this is a pose where you might want a cushion under your hips for a little bit of extra support. You can support your legs with your hands or allow the arms to rest by your sides. Allow yourself a few breaths just to simply feel. So we are essentially turning ourselves upside down by lifting the legs up. We are allowing gravity to move through them and affect the rest of our body in a different way. If you do shoulder stand, and you can do so at home safely, you do have time for that now. It's not something I would recommend trying for the first time right now. But just by practicing your inversions, lying on the ground, lifting the legs up, and starting to lift the hips with the support like a cushion, you can move towards a strong and safe shoulder stand. If it is something that you do already practice, make sure you are supporting your hips and you're pressing through the shoulders and the backs of the arms. Whichever variation of turning upside down that you find yourself in, see if you can tune into the experience that your legs are having. So your legs usually carry you around all day. They are usually compressed between the earth and our torso in some way. But in this moment, your legs can be free, floating up towards the sky. You can make small movements, moving slowly and just following any random urges, any random ways that your legs want to move in. Turning upside down like this does have many benefits to our entire being. On a very basic level, it can offer us a physical change of perspective, which, just as if we went for a walk or changed our scenery, can influence how we think about things, change our point of view. Also, by turning upside down, we use gravity to move everything in the opposite direction. And this movement gets down into our deepest, finest layers. This movement of turning upside down and allowing gravity to comb through has been proven to improve the health and function of our organs and tissues. So this is another pose that we allow ourselves some extra time in so we can fully absorb the benefits. Keep your breath soft. And then when you're ready, let's begin to come down slowly. If you are in a supported position, so if your legs are supported in any way, you can stay in that position through the relaxation to the end of the class. If not, just bring your legs down and very gently and kindly place your body into a relaxed, supported position. You can be lying down or in a supported seat. Excuse me. In this part of our class, we allow all of that good work to be fully absorbed with a full body relaxation. So just like at the beginning of class, I invite you to find your most comfortable position, supporting yourself with blankets and pillows if necessary. You can even cover your eyes with some fabric or a t-shirt, helping to deepen your physical relaxation. Allow yourself to settle into the earth. Allow your breath to become free, removing any control. Allow the physical body, soft tissues and muscles, organs, everything to relax and find support in the earth. For the next few minutes, dedicate this time to doing nothing. Anything that is off the mat can stay there for now. We're going to use our awareness to deepen this relaxation and enhance its healing benefits. Let's begin by moving the awareness where we place our focus down through the body and into the feet. Notice your toes and then relax your toes. Allow them to soften and let go with the invitation. Now moving into the soles of the feet, soften your feet. Soften your ankles and heels. Soften your lower legs, knees, and thighs. Move awareness into the hips and allow them to become spacious, releasing the deepest layers of activation and tension. Now become aware of your entire lower body. Allow your entire lower body to receive the support of an entire planet. Holding them up, allowing you to relax and let go. Now move your awareness into your hands and then into your fingers. Relax the fingers and allow them to soften and let go. Move awareness into the palms of the hands. Soften your hands completely. Soften the wrists. Elbows. And upper arms. Soften your shoulders. And then move awareness into your chest. Bringing in relaxation, space, and softness. Relax your stomach area below the rib cage. And continue to soften down into your lower belly. Soften your lower back. The muscles that run either side of your spine. Let go and become spacious. Soften the back of your neck. And your throat. Awareness moves up to the roof of your mouth. soften your eye sockets. And soften your brain. Finally, move awareness to the crown of your head. Become aware of your entire body, from the crown of your head down to the tips of your toes. Visualize this entire space filled with golden, shimmering, healing light. Now that we have let go of tension and created space, this powerful healing energy can emerge and get to work. Maybe you can feel this physically as tingling or shimmering in the hands and fingertips. Use the right side of your brain to visualize this energy sparkling, tingling, and filling your entire body. Visualize this healing, shimmering light touching every cell, bringing even more space and adapting and upgrading with the new information that we received. This is the power of our yoga relaxation. We can emphasize healing and growth, accelerate it, and more importantly, begin it in a calm and strong place. The more that you can do nothing, just for a few minutes, the more powerful this healing becomes. It's very normal for the chatter of our mind to try to fill the space. Whenever that happens, it's very normal. Gently bring yourself back to this visualization and sensation of golden, sparkling light filling your entire being. So as we are at home, we have the luxury of deciding when our relaxation ends. You do have a few more minutes of music, so I'll give you the option to remain in your relaxation without me talking, finally, for a few minutes. Listen to your body. It will tell you when it is ready to rise and continue with the day. Thank you, as always, for joining me. If you would like to join our group chat, just send me an email and I'll add you. For now, stay here until you are ready to move again. And when you are, re-emerge slowly and peacefully, bringing this feeling off the mat and into the rest of your day. Thank you so much.